If you're making $100,000 a year and you still feel broke, you're not imagining it. In parts of the country, six figures doesn't even cover a comfortable, no-frills lifestyle anymore. Today, we're ranking every state by the salary you actually need to live comfortably in 2026. And where you live might be costing you more than your job pays. For decades, $100,000 was the threshold where a single earner could reliably afford a house, a family, and a path to retirement. But when you apply that static national benchmark to the localized expenses of 2026, the utility of that income shifts depending entirely on your zip code. To calculate your actual wealth, you have to look past your gross salary. The only metric that dictates your quality of life is real purchasing power, the amount left over after your specific geography takes its cut for taxes and survival. The current median household income in the U.S. ranges between $74,000 and $84,000. Yet, in many regions, even hitting the top of that range leaves a family thousands of dollars short of what is required to maintain a stable household. Relying on a national average to gauge your financial health will lead you to miscalculate what you actually need to survive. This chart defines the mathematical baseline for financial stability. It's the 50-30-20 rule. 50% of your income covers mandatory needs like housing and healthcare. 30% goes to discretionary wants, and 20% is reserved for savings and debt payoff. Multiple 2026 cost of living studies show that for a single adult to hit this baseline, they need a salary between $75,000 and $81,000. For a family of four, compounding childcare and housing costs push that requirement much higher. Depending on the state, that family now needs between $120,000 and $230,000 just to avoid being stretched thin. While different studies use different data baskets to find these minimums, the ranking of the states, which ones are expensive and which are affordable, remains consistent across every model. If your income doesn't mathematically cover this 50-30-20 baseline for your specific city, your financial anxiety is a predictable result of the regional economy, not a reflection of your personal willpower. This quadrant chart maps cost of living against average nominal wages. The top right quadrant highlights premium strategy states, Hawaii, Massachusetts, California, and New York, where wages and costs are highest. Hawaii's data point pulses red. Its cost of living is 90% above average since everything is shipped in. These extreme premiums are driven by coastal housing shortages and localized healthcare costs. In California, for example, once you remove the cost of housing, other expenses align much closer to the national average. While these markets offer higher nominal wages, those extra dollars are often immediately absorbed by the higher cost of staying housed and healthy. Earning a six-figure salary in a premium state often results in the same discretionary income as earning half as much in a more affordable region. On the other end is the deep discount strategy, moving to the most affordable geographic locations in the country to minimize overhead. States like Mississippi, West Virginia, and Oklahoma operate with a cost of living index roughly 14 to 17% below the national average. The primary advantage here is housing. In West Virginia, the median home price is approximately $118,000, allowing for a level of ownership that is mathematically impossible for most earners in coastal cities. But cheap real estate often coincides with suppressed regional wages and more limited access to specialized healthcare facilities. You also face localized economic ceilings. Outside of dominant regional industries, rapid career advancement and diverse job roles are often restricted. While the cost of entry is low, lower earning potential and limited mobility can offset the savings gained on your mortgage. To find real purchasing power, subtract state taxes and adjust for the local cost index. A $75,000 salary in California yields less take-home pay than Texas. This creates arbitrage zones, states like Utah, Minnesota, and Virginia, offering moderate costs and above-average incomes to maximize what you keep. However, choosing a zero-income tax state like Florida or Texas does not guarantee a mathematical victory. These states often recoup out revenue through higher localized property and sales taxes, frequently trading one tax bill for another. You must also factor in hidden localized costs. In Louisiana and Florida, homeowners' insurance premiums are among the highest in the country, quickly erasing savings from a lower tax bracket. Relocating purely for a zero income tax rate can backfire if property taxes and insurance premiums consume your savings. This flowchart, the Job Offer Evaluator, provides a framework for assessing any relocation or new job offer. There is a specific danger in accepting a higher nominal salary if it forces you to move into a more expensive cost tier. You must calculate if your new housing costs will be larger than your post-tax raise. If the rent increase is $2,000, but your raise only nets you $1,500 after taxes, you've taken a pay cut. A pay increase on paper frequently results in a net negative impact on your monthly budget when you move to a more expensive region. Accepting a higher job title in a premium market often functions as a financial downgrade disguised as a career promotion. For remote workers, the path to wealth is to secure a high-tier corporate salary and move to an arbitrage zone where money goes further. This comes with a trade-off. While you maximize your purchasing power, you limit your ability to network in person, which can slow down your upward mobility. For those who must remain in high-cost areas due to family or local businesses, the strategy must change. You will likely need to adjust the standard 50-30-20 rule to something tighter, perhaps 60-20-20, just to maintain stability and a premium market. Choosing to stay for local social infrastructure and community is a legitimate choice, even if it results in slower wealth accumulation. Never judge a job offer by the gross salary alone. Always run the localized tax and cost delta before you sign, because the cost of your rent dictates the value of your paycheck. Comment your state below, and let's see if your salary actually covers a comfortable life there.